Hey, Star Wars fans, welcome back to another episode of the Clone Wars Thursday Throwback. We're sticking with the slight Jabba the Hutt theme for this week. I've just done a bit of an unboxing of my Boba Fett's throne room and displayed it as Jabba the Hutt's throne room. So if you missed that, it was a couple of days ago. And just earlier today, I dropped, at the time of recording, I dropped a video which was going through a bit of an in-depth overview of that set. It's been really cool. So I decided to bring out Jabba for the Clone Wars for this week's episode of Clone Wars Thursday Throwback. This is featuring the Droid TC-70, which is one that I don't have. This was I think it was a Builder Droid figure from 2007. They did a live action version of this. I can't remember. It's one that eludes me still, but we'll take a look at that droid shortly. So yeah, this was gift very generously, may I add, gifted to me back at Celebration Chicago in 2019 by a good buddy Corey. You'll probably know him from currently doing the Convo Call podcast. First Order Transmissions, used to do the Wolfpack podcast. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to believe it's been 5 years since Star Wars Celebration in Chicago. It's been a very, very fast 5 years. And honestly, when I think about it, it kind of bums me out that it's been that long since I've caught up with some of my buddies over in the US. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting back over there again someday. Hopefully it's not another 5 years. But yeah, the last day of Celebration, he knew I was on the hunt for this. I was trying to track down a few Clone Wars figures over that convention. There was Captain Argaius and Goldie, the astromech droid, and Jabba was one. And yeah, he surprised me on the last day. And at the end of the show, I hadn't found one. It was one I saw, and when I went back to grab it, it had gone. Turns out he'd bought it as a gift for me. So I'm very, very much appreciative of that. And it's become, one of my favourite Clone Wars figures. I just love the sort of animated style of Jabba here. I think he looks really, really cool. So yeah, he does come with, this was classed as a battle pack, of course. TC-70. He comes with the, I don't want to call it a bong, the hookah pipe. So this is the same that came with, this set came out in 2008. So this piece was reused for the 2010 Jabba's throne. It's part of the Shadows of the Dark Side packaging, which I'm currently using until the new vintage one comes out. And this railing is from, see, interestingly, this is from 2003. So this came out as part of the Saga line, with the Saga Jabba the Hutt that actually came on a card back. It must have come with that set. But to compare the two, this is dated 2010, so this is the Jabba the Hutt one from the Shadows of the Dark Side. Both appear to be the same mold, so whether or not they put it back into production and updated the date stamp on it, who knows? But yeah, aside from some sort of slight color differences, paint applications, just some of the slight texturing on them, there's no real difference between these two pieces. So yeah, it was a very clever bit of reuse there. So just making sure I got the 2003 one, which honestly before I thought it said 2008 for Clone Wars. So this may have came out in 2009. So yeah, that would have made sense, but yeah, not thinking that this one really came out a lot earlier than 2008. And I'm trying to remember that Jabba from the Saga Collection 2003. Whether because he came on a card back, his arm pops off. So he must have come with the rail and stuff as well. It's not alerting me in my memory banks, but that's all right. So here is TC-70, a repaint of the C-3PO. Well, not really a repaint, slightly. It's cast in a different plastic. Still has the little light feature through the back there, where if you shine a torch through, the eyes light up, like 3PO. But But yeah, it's a nice repaint of that droid, which Jabba has in the Clone Wars. So let's take a look at Jabba. Now this one is probably one of my favorites. Just, I like this feature of the way that's painted on this one. They generally have that sort of lighter skin shade from the front. They usually have that sort of coming around the side. So when you turn it that way, it looks a little bit strange having all that sort of color cut off. Whereas this one here, it's facing forward. So I really like that sort of look for him. I wish there's no easy way to do that. You either got to have it one way or the other. So I understand it is tricky from a painting perspective to get that right. But yeah, he's got a little bit of blue tack stuck on the back there. I'll get that off afterwards. The sculpt and the paintwork is really nice on this one. Even the bottom there, sluggy. Just love, yeah, the sort of the creases in the where he's sort of arching up a little bit. He's got some guns though. I mean, look at those arms. They are. He's got some solid arms there. He's a bit ripped, I must say. Got tiny little hands though. Look at him. Look at the tiny little hands. So yeah, the arms do pop out probably a little bit too easily, if I'm honest. But they are made to be able to do the openy closey motion there. But yeah, love that look on his face. There's sort of the little warts and stuff on the corner of his eyes. Not warts, but kind of age spots. And the eyes, you know, the one that's slightly more open than the other. This looks like Sauron hiding in there. A lidless eye wreathed in flame. Yeah, so cool. There's his other arm. I don't think this one had the tattoo on his arm, so he's got that tribal sort of tattoo on his arm. I'm pretty sure it's this one, but yeah, he doesn't have it on this figure, which is fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, turn him that way. It looks a little funny, but I like having him like this, and then just being able to sort of just rest that on the side to display. And having the droid sort of stand behind Jabba there. But yeah, he looks cool. I just love this Jabba. You know, there's probably a little bit of that sentimentality to it as well, because it was a gift from a friend at an event that I, you know, will long remember. It's one of the, you know, the greater points of my life, the greater times I've had. Lots of awesome memories from Celebration Chicago. Again, like I said, 5 years, man. It's just flown by. It's terrible how quickly that's gone. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. This has been fun bringing this Jabba. I don't think I've ever done a video review of this Jabba, so it's nice to... I could be wrong. I may have done it back 5 years ago, but I don't remember doing so. So here it is. Jabba the Hutt in all his Clone Wars animated glory. Such a fantastic figure. If you can get your hands on him, I definitely recommend it. And yeah, he does come in the pack with the TC-70 droid. So thank you again for watching. We'll be back next week for another episode of Clone Wars Thursday Throwbacks. May the Force be with you, always.
We would be honored if you would join us.